it distributes oxygen-rich blood. Ano po? However, when it comes to your pulmonary artery, it is the exception to the rule. Ano po? Kasi pag pulmonary artery, these are the blood vessels that delivers oxygen-poor blood, ayan, coming from the heart towards your lungs para po doon sila ma-oxygenate. Diba? Ayan. So, another, aside from your elastic arteries, we have your muscular arteries. Siyempre, since it's muscular, it contains more muscles or smooth muscles. Ayan. More smooth muscles. So, ano yung mga examples niyan? It's your, examples are your femoral arteries, ayan, your radial, and brachial arteries. And others. Marami tayong arteries sa katawan eh. 'Di ba? So those are only examples. So, tatandaan nyo lang, the difference between these two is that, ano yan, yung elastic, 'di ba? It contains more elastic tissues, ayan, compared to the muscular. Then, how about the veins? Ayan. Sa veins naman, kabaliktaran siya ng arteries. Ano po? Kung si arteries, it distribute oxygen-rich blood. Si vein naman, it distributes or it collects, actually. It collects oxygen-poor blood. Oxygen-poor blood. And return all of this
to as a pulmonary artery.
Okay? Thank you so much. Balik tayo. And the veins collect oxygen-poor blood and return all of this, return the blood back to the heart. Ayun. Sige. So, we have different types of veins. Ano po? Kung si arteries, it has elastic and muscular arteries. Si veins naman, we have deep veins. Different sa veins. Si veins naman, we have your deep veins. Pag sinabi nating deep veins, syempre nasa ilalim siya. No? Ito yung mga veins po na matatagpuan malapit na sa buto ng tao. Ano po? It is found in your muscles and along the bones. Then, kung may deep veins tayo, meron din tayong tinatawag na superficial veins. So, as compared to the deep veins, it is generally smaller. Ayan. And since, di ba nga, sabi niya, superficial, ayan, you can easily find it just underneath the skin. Ano po? Generally smaller. And just underneath the skin. Ito mga superficial veins po na ito yung ginagamit nating veins kapag nag-i-insert tayo ng IV cannula. Ano po? So, what are the purposes of veins? Ito tayo. The purposes of veins. Kasi aside from first, 'di ba nabanggit natin, it collects oxygen for blood and return it to the heart. Meron pa itong pangalawang purpose. Ano po? Yan, kasi hindi lahat ng vein nagke-carry ng oxygen for blood. Meron tayong tinatawag na pulmonary vein wherein it carries oxygen-rich blood back towards the heart. Ito na po yung na-collect niya galing sa lungs. Ano po? So, isulat na natin para isulat nyo din. So, yung first, collect oxygen for blood. Lagay natin from the body. Back to the heart. Ayan. Yung pangalawa, collect oxygen-rich blood. Ayan. From the lungs. Ayan. From the lungs back to the heart. Then number 3. Ayan, may number 3 pa ba? Wala na. Ayan. Para hindi kayo malito, ano po, ayan, review or remember that we have two types of venous system. Ano po, meron tayong tinatawag na, ano yan, systemic circuit, circuit, at ano yan, pulmonary circuit. Ayan. Kasi ang dugo po natin sa katawan, dito lang sa dalawang circuit na ito, nagpapabalik-balik. Ano po? So, in the systemic circuit, ayan, sige, unahin natin yung systemic circuit, ha? Sa systemic circuit, 'di ba? Ang blood magsa-start saan? Sa heart, 'di ba? Ayan. This is just a review. Okay. Na ano niyo na ba 'to, Ma'am Kat? Hindi pa naman na. Yung circuit, systemic and pulmonary. Ayan. See, so systemic circuit natin, magsa-start siya, it's like a racetrack. Ano po? Ayan. So, magsa-start yung blood from the heart. Ayan. Yung oxygenated blood ha, oxygenated blood, O2 rich blood. Ayan. Magsi-start siya sa heart, tapos all throughout the body. Ano po? So, from the body, this is through your arteries. Ano po? Pupunta siya all throughout your body. So, pag na-deliver na ng arteries, yung blood sa mga targeted organs and tissues, through your capillaries, i-collect na yan ng veins. I-collect na yan ng veins, pabalik sa heart. At sa heart natin, dun na papasok yung pulmonary circuit. Pulmonary circuit. Kasi po, sa heart natin, kukunin na naman siya ng pulmonary artery. Pulmonary arteries, papunta saan? Papunta sa lungs. Ayan. Where oxygenation takes place. At kapag na-oxygenize na yung mga blood ulit, ayan, i-collect na naman siya ng i-collect na naman siya ng pulmonary veins. Back to the heart. Ano po? Ay, mali. Dito tayo. Ayan. Dito tayo. Kasi yung pulmonary veins, it now carries the oxygen-rich blood, ayan, back towards the heart. So, ganong circuit lang po. Ano po? The systemic and pulmonary circuit. So, after the veins, ano po? Pag-usapan natin yung capillaries natin. How about the capillaries? Itong mga capillaries na ito, these are the smallest amongst all blood vessels. Ano po? These are delicate blood vessels that bring nutrients and oxygen to the cells. Ano po? To the cells and organs and tissues. Ayan. Dito po nang gaganap ang exchange. Ayan. Dito nagaganap ang exchange. Ano po? Kasi yung capillaries, dito na po, it gives off the oxygens, nutrients, and hormones towards the cells and tissues. And at the same time, sila din po ang nagko-collect ng waste products, ayan, such as your carbon dioxide, pabalik po sa veins natin. Nandito siya, oh. Ayan, nandyan siya sa gitna. Kung ito yung arteries, ito yung veins, nandyan siya sa gitna. Ano po? Ayan. Ang tatandaan nyo lang sa capillaries is the exchange. Ayan. So, ano ang pagkakaiba ng veins and arteries? Ayan. Kung mapapansin nyo dito, ano po? The arteries are have strong muscular walls. Ano po, kung mapapansin nyo, mas makapal siya as compared to the veins. Ano po, this is in order for them to withstand. Ano po, in order for them to handle the high pressure of blood. Kasi yung blood na yun, coming from the heart. Ano po, and the heart is pumping. Ano po, akala mo hindi yan malakas, pero within the vascular system po, ayan, malakas ang pressure dyan. Ano po? And then, on the other hand, veins, even though the veins are much thinner, oo, isa sa mga makikita nyo is the valves. Ano po? The presence of valves within the veins. Ano po? Ayan. Mapapansin nyo, may valvula dyan. Ano po? This is in order to ensure that the blood will be able to move only in one direction. Hindi po siya magba-backflow. Ano po? Ayan. Taking. So, have you ever wondered kung ano ang tumutulong sa blood circulation natin aside from the heart? Ano po kasi 'di ba the blood flowing along the arteries, malakas yung pressure niya kasi nagpa-pump yung what I mean is nagpa-pump yung heart. 'Di ba? Pinupush niya talaga yung dugo para maka-reach yung blood natin sa different parts of the body. However, ano po, kapag yung blood natin, na-reach na yung peripheries, and nakapasok na sa capillaries, pag pumasok na sila sa veins, they already have diminished pressure. Mahihirapan na silang makabalik sa puso natin. So, ano ngayon yung tumutulong sa kanya para po makabalik sa puso, 'di ba? Ayan. Anyone? Any idea? Ayan. Any idea? Kasi compared to arteries, veins need external force to help push the blood back towards the heart. Ayan. So what are these mechanisms? Anyone? Sulat ko yung tanong. Anyone? Wala? Sige. Sige, isulat niyo 'to. Ayan. First and foremost, ayan, the veins rely on our breathing. Ano po? Breathing or ang paghinga natin. Bakit? Because as the lung expand, ano po, and the diaphragm moves, this certain motion creates a suction. Ano po? A suction force that helps the vein push blood towards the heart. Ano po? This is especially true doon sa pulmonary veins natin. Ano po? First is breathing. Number two. Number two is your muscle movement. Your muscle movement, especially in your legs. Ayan. Especially in the legs. Bakit? Kasi kapag nasa baba na po, nasa lower extremities na ang blood natin, oo, kailangan niyang i-defy ang gravity. Ano po, para makabalik siya sa puso natin. Ano po? Yan. This is the reason why your calf muscle, ano po, is considered your secondary heart. Ano po? Ayan. So, it helps defy gravity. Gravity. Ayan. And move the blood upwards from the feet. Kaya yung muscles natin, muscles in the calves is considered as the second heart. The second heart of the body. Any questions po regarding this one? Nagmuya na din ko ading internet. Delayed yung sinusulat ko dito sa Ayan, delayed 'di ba? Oo, don't worry, napapansin ko din 'yan. Oo. Ayun, nakita ko na. Okey na? Sige. So, let's move on with the assessment. Yan, tapos na tayo sa sa simple anatomy and physiology natin. So, how will you assess the vascular system? Ano po, ano yung mga titingnan mo? Because 'di ba as nurses, ayan, ang pinakauna nating gagawin sa pasyente kapag dating ng pasyente is to assess them. Ano po? So, first, ang titingnan natin is the physical examination muna. Ano po? Physical examination and medical history. Wala. Kasi kung nakikita yung ay, wait lang. Excuse me guys, nakikita niyo ba yung nakikita niyo ba yung PowerPoint presentation ko po?
Delay po siya, ma'am.
Oo, nakikita nila. Bakit ako? Oo, nakikita. Late lang daw, late daw. Teka, magpalit nga tayo ng internet provider. Sige po, wait lang. Ayusin natin. Baka di kita we're not in the same grade. Yeah, oo. Nasa assessment na tayo, nasa ANAPI pa din sila. Sige. Wait lang ha, ayusin natin.
Ako nga wala.
Si Ma'am Kat nyo nga wala. Wait lang.
Eh, ko na. Mahirapan na dalawa. Dalawa ginawa niya. Eh, di malay, di ba kulo? Gusto mo yung Diyan ako isa tayo. Kasi, smart. Ako dahil ay, hindi mo buwakas. Ay, sa mga yun si Ma.
Okay, sige, tingnan natin. Ayan. Nakikita na po ba ulit?
Ayun yun.
Nakita mo na?
Service.
Okay, perfect. Sige. Sabihan niyo ko pag delayed pa ha. O, tatawag tayo kay Press Car. Si Press. Sabi, mukha po kaya akong
Mamaya
IT technician.
Mamaya nakapag-sipin.
Kaya nga,
Sige nga, tingnan ko nga. Kung makademand ka ng internet.
hindi na po. Sure. Sige. O, balik na tayo. Sa physical examination, ano po? So, first and foremost, kapag ganun, usually kasi ang mga ang mga clinical manifestations of vascular diseases na ma-manifest yan sa kanilang mga extremities. Ano po? So, first, you will allow the client to remove his or her shoes and socks off. Ano po? Observation muna tayo. Titingnan natin kung ano bang meron. Ano po? Yan. So,
Times 8 ang super day.
allow the client to remove his or her shoes and socks off and observe. Ano yung mga i-observe natin? Ano po? We will observe for, ano yan, for edema, skin ulcers, or skin discoloration of the peripheries. Ano po? Ayan. Then, tatanungin natin ng pasyente. Ano po? If the patient has or complain any leg pain, ayan. Leg pain brought about by exercise. Exercise. Ano po? And usually, ayan, and relieve by rest. Ang tawag kasi natin doon is claudication. Claudication. Ano po? Usually, kapag may claudication, it indicates arterial problem. Ano po? Ayan. We will also check for gangrene. Gangrene or skin ulcers. Ayan. Kapag sinabing gangrene, these are skin ulcers. Skin ulcers due to lack of supply of oxygen. Ayan. Tapos, i-check din natin. Ano po? We will check for weakness. Ano po? Weakness on one side of the body lasting for more than 1 hour. Ayan. Kasi kapag nangyari yon, this is considered a stroke-like symptom. So, pwedeng ang ang vascular surgeon natin or the doctor, attending physician, will suspect for carotid artery stenosis. Artery stenosis. So, kapag may carotid artery stenosis, your vascular surgeon might consider endarterectomy. Ayan. So, makikita natin yun sa physical assessment. Ano po? And the client's history of the disease. So, how about your blood tests? Ayan. Sa blood test po, Ano po, usually ang tinitingnan natin dyan is the lipid profile. Ayan, lipid profile. Kasi usually po, ano yan, the common cause of vascular diseases is what we call as your atherosclerosis. Ayan. Yan ang pinaka-common issue kapag nagkakaroon tayo na vascular diseases. And in order to rule out, ano po, really rule out, ayan, to have an idea, ayan, kung posible bang magkaroon ng atherosclerosis ang isang pasyente, tinitingnan po ng manggagamot yung lipid profile niya. Bakit? Ano ba ang meron sa lipid profile? So, your lipid profile measures your cholesterol and triglycerides level. Ano po? And triglyceride levels. Ayan. Kung maaalala nyo in your biochemistry, natakel to sa chapter 2 which is your lipids. Right? Ayan, yung yung mga triacylglycerides, ayan yung mga LDL, VLDL and HDL. Ano po? Anyway, sa lipid profile, ang unang tinitingnan dyan is your LDL or low density lipoprotein and your HDL. And HDL. HDL. Your LDL or low density lipoprotein, this is considered as your bad cholesterol. And HDL, on the other hand, this is considered as your good cholesterol. However, ano ang pagkakaiba nila? Ngayon, ma'am, bakit tinatawag na bad cholesterol ang LDL at good cholesterol ang HDL? Ano ba kasi ang roles ng dalawang ito? Ayan. So, kung maaalala nyo, ano po, in your biochemistry, dun nung natakel natin ang, natakel natin, nung natakel nyo, yung inyong, lipids, di ba? Cholesterol is an essential component in our body, especially when forming the molecules of your hormones, di ba? Ayan. Actually, our body produces our own supply of cholesterol. Ano po? Ayan, ginagawa po 'yan ng liver. Ayan, at dinideliver 'yan ng low density lipoprotein papunta sa inyong adrenal cortex. Ayan. And other glands in your body in order to produce hormones that is needed for our survival. However, the cholesterol can also be ingested through our diet. Lalo na kapag mahilig tayong kumain sa mga oily and fatty foods. Ayan, sino dito mahilig sa chicken joy? Ayan, fries, ayan, adobo, and barbecue, di ba? Mantika, di ba? Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon tayo ngayon ng excess intake of cholesterol and all of these are being processed by our body. Ayan. So, dyan na pumapasok si LDL and HDL. Si LDL, kaya po yan tinawag na bad cholesterol. Actually, it's not a cholesterol, it's a lipoprotein. Low density lipoprotein. Bakit siya low density? Ayan, low density because this particular molecule, it contains high amounts of cholesterol. Ayan, high amounts of cholesterol and very low amount of protein. Kung papasimplihin ko na lang. Itong klase ng molecule na ito, it is already saturated with cholesterol. Ayan, and very low po yung protein. Ayan. On the other hand, si HDL, It contains high amount of protein and low amount of cholesterol. Diyan napapasok yung kanilang kanya-kanyang roles. Ayan, roles sa ating body. Kasi ito si HDL, ang trabaho niya po is to what? Is to deliver the cholesterol coming from the liver towards the different organs in our body. Ano po? Pang-deliver siya. Oo. On the other hand, si HDL po, since this particular molecule contains high amount of protein, it has the ability to absorb the excess amount of cholesterol in our blood. Ano po? So, kumbaga, kung may makita siyang, especially those cholesterol molecules that are freely floating in our blood, ayan, kinukuha niya yan because since marami pa siyang protein dun sa molecules niya, kaya niya yun siyang i-absorb. Ano po, and those cholesterol that was uptaken by your high density lipoproteins, ibinabalik niya yan sa liver in order to be processed again. Ano po, kaya siya good cholesterol kasi kinukuha niya, nililinis niya yung dugo natin from those freely floating cholesterol. 'Di ba? On the other hand, si low density lipoprotein, ano po, 'di ba ang trabaho niya is to deliver the cholesterol from the liver towards the different organs in our body. Ang problema, kasi itong si low density lipoprotein, minsan kapag sobra na pong dami ng cholesterol natin sa katawan, hindi na siya, bago pa siya makaabot dun sa target organ niya, nagde-deposit na din siya sa blood vessels natin. Ano po, making now the blood vessel lining, develop plaques, and then later on, magkakaroon na ng atherosclerosis yung tao. Nagets po ba? Naintindihan? Any question? Okay. Oo. Para if in case po maka-encounter kayo ng pasyente na pasyente na medyo 'di ba, nagte-take yan sila ng ng mga medications, gano'n. Tapos nag-take niya yan ng blood test. 'Pag tinanong kayo, at least you can confidently explain to them. Ano po, puwede niyong isama 'to sa health teaching. Ayan. So, yun po ang pagkakaiba, and that's the reason why LDL is the bad cholesterol and HDL is the good cholesterol. So, kapag nakakita po ng doktor sa test ng pasyente na mataas ang LDL niya, so ibig sabihin, may chance na itong pasyente na ito, meron na siya or nagde-develop na siya ng atherosclerosis sa sa mga ugat niya. Ayan. So, that's it for the blood test. For the imaging techniques, for the imaging techniques, inisa ko na lang ito inilista ko na para later on when we are discussing the different vascular diseases, kahit i-mention ko na lang, alam nyo na. Ano po? Ayan. So, first, the most common is your ultrasound. Ano po? In ultrasound, it uses sound waves to create images of blood vessels, allowing doctors to assess blood flow. Ano po? And identify blockages or narrowing. So that is ultrasound. Actually, the ultrasound is not only for blood vessels. It can also be used to visualize different parts of our body. Ano po? Ayan. So, how about your carotid ultrasound? Ito kasi depende na to kung saang parte po ng katawan ginawa yung ultrasound. Ano po? Ayan. Pag sinabing carotid ultrasound, it is used to visualize your what? It is used to visualize your carotid arteries. Ayan. Carotid arteries. Ayan. Saan matatagpuan ang carotid arteries natin? Your carotid arteries can be found on either side of your neck. Ano po dito sa gilid? Ano po? Arteries, either side of the neck. So, i-assess natin doon yung blood flow ng pasyente sa kanyang carotid arteries. How about your vascular ultrasound, or we call it your duplex study? Pag sinabing duplex study po, ito ay isang malawakang it is a general term, ayan, for the ultrasound of your blood vessels. Ano po? Ayan. So, it evaluates your body's circulatory system. Ayan. Evaluate the body's circulatory system. Ayan. So, same with the other ultrasound, it helps to identify blockages, ayan, in your arteries and veins. How about Doppler ultrasound? Ayan. Ito naman, pag sinabi nating Doppler ultrasound, it is more concerned with the blood flow. Ano po? Not with the structure, but with the blood flow. Ano po? Ayan. It is a technique that evaluates the blood flow through a blood vessels. Hey, Rose. Wala, ma'am. Corner. Okay, balik tayo. Okay, sorry. Napatalastas. Ayan. So, again, Doppler ultrasound, this is a technique that evaluates blood flow through a blood vessel. Ano po? Ayan, it is concerned more with the blood flow. Ano po? Ayan, kung yung ultrasound, ano po, the other ultrasounds are concerned with the structure of the blood vessel. Ayan, sa Doppler ultrasound po, yung blood flow mismo, tinitingnan nila yan kung may nakakadaan pa po bang dugo or wala na. Kung mapapansin nyo sa Doppler ultrasound, may kulay yan. Ano po? The red color is for the arteries, ayan, and the blue for the veins. How about your CT angiography or CTA? Ayan. This one, it uses X-ray and contrast dye. Contrast dye, ayan, to visualize your blood vessels, providing detailed images of the arteries and veins. Ayan. So, then, your MRA. MRA, ayan, or your magnetic resonance angiography. Isulat natin. Magnetic resonance angiography. Ayan, angiography. This one, it uses your magnetic fields. Ayan. Magnetic fields and radio waves. Ayan, to create images of your blood vessels, offering a non-invasive way to assess vascular structures. Kumbaga, itong MRA po, it's much more detailed than your ultrasound. Ano po, and however, mas mahal siya. Ayan. Next will be your angiography. Itong angiography po, this is kind of minimal invasive na ito siya. Ano po? Because it already involves injecting. Ayan, i-contrast dye. Ayan. Through Ayan. Through a thin tube. Ayan. Into the blood vessels and taking X-rays to visualize the vessels and identify blockages or other abnormalities. Sa angiography po kasi, meron lang ipapasok na catheter. Ayan, catheter or thin tube sa loob ng ugat ng pasyente. Ayan. Tapos, yung catheter na yun, it contains a camera. Ayan, i-camera na, i-visualize po yung loob ng affected blood vessels ng pasyente. Ayan. Of course, after injecting the contrast dye. Ayan. On the other hand, we have your cardiac MRI. This one provides comprehensive images of the heart and blood vessels and allowing for detailed assessment of vascular health. Then, your cardiac catheterization. Ito, same with angiography. Ayan. This one involves inserting a thin tube. Ayan, we call it catheter, into a blood vessel, guiding it to the heart. Ayan, kaya nga cardiac, di ba? Ayan, cardiac kasi yung puso yung pupuntahan. And other blood vessels, ayan, to assess blood flow and identify abnormality. Usually, this one is being done, yung angiography and cardiac catheterization is being done in the cath lab. Ayan. Cath lab. Ayan, this is a specialized, specialized OR, mini OR. Ayan, that's specialized in these procedures. And sino po ang gagawa? Ayan, sino ang gagawa nito? Not the surgeon, but your interventional radiologist. Interventional radiologist. Of course, nandun din naman po yung vascular surgeon natin and your cath lab nurse. Then, venography. Ayan, this one involves injecting a contrast dye. Ayan, pares. Pero ito, more on the vein. Sa veins na siya, hindi na sa artery. Ayan. So, as a nurse, what would be your, what would be your consideration for these, for these imaging techniques? Ano po? First and foremost, you have to prepare the client properly. Ano po? Sige, saan ko ba isusulat ito? Dito na lang. Nakopya na ba ito? Bakit ganun? Delayed talaga siya. Ano ba yan? Ayun. Buburahin ko na lang yung nakasulat dito.
Exactly lang niya, mas dala. Ako ito sa na lang fix. Yung fix na yun. Ako na po. Ako siya ako na
Sige. So, what would be your preparations? What would be your preparations for this? Ito, general preparations lang to ha. Ayan. Preparations. First, of course, after checking the doctor's order and identifying the proper patient, identifying the patient, you will advise the patient to remove, remove all clothing and jewelry in the area to be examined. Ayan. Then, number 2, you will allow the patient to change into a gown. Hindi po yan sila tatanggapin sa loob ng radiology department na nakasuot ng kanilang sariling damit. Ayan. Kailangan po nilang nakagown. Ano po? Hospital gown, okay? Ayan. Then number 3, if ever, that, yung test is concerned about the abdominal vessels, if abdominal vessels, it is best to, to keep the patient NTO. Po. Or to fast. Before the procedure. Ngayon, ma'am, may magtatanong yan, ma'am, how many hours are we going to keep the patient fasting? Depende po yan sa gagawa ng procedure. Ano po? Ayan, depende po yan. Sometimes, some doctors or some interventional radiologists will advise only for 6 hours of fasting. Ayan. However, for the others, they will require 8 hours, to 12 hours. Ano po? Kailangan po kasi malinis yung laman ng tiyan. Ano po? Para ma-visualize ng maayos. Ma-visualize ng maayos. Even if it's not the digestive tract itself, para po hindi na makasagabal yung laman ng bituka ng pasyente. Ano po? And another consideration, since kung mapapansin nyo, it involves, several of these involves injection of contrast dye. Don't forget to ask your patient if they are, allergic. Allergic to seafoods or iodine. Okay? Importante po yan. Check for allergies. Ayan. And before sending the patient, before sending the patient to the radiology department, make sure to, prepare the area. Prepare the area. Kung halimbawa mag-i-insert ng catheter, tanungin na ang gagawa. Makipag-coordinate na kayo. Kung ang gagawin nila is will insert catheter, ask them if they will be using the femoral artery or femoral vein or the radial one. Para po kung halimbawa mabalbon ang pasyente nyo, ma-shave nyo na. Ano po? Ayan, ma-shave nyo na and ma-skin prep nyo na bago nyo dalhin sa radiology department. And aside from that, if ever po na mag-i-inject lang naman talaga siya ng contrast dye through your IV cannula, make sure that the patient is wearing a large bore cannula. Ano po, at least gauge 20. Kung hindi kung possible, gauge 18 is much better. Ano po, it's ideal. Kasi po ang contrast dye, it is viscous. It is viscous and mahihirapan po kayong mag-inject kapag kapag maliit po yung IV cannula. Are we clear? Naintindihan po? Is there any question? Any questions po bago tayo mag-proceed doon sa sa vascular diseases na? Ayan. Sa page 6 pa lang tayo. Sige. So, kung wala na, let's proceed with the first with the first vascular disease, which is the aneurysm. Ano po? Your aneurysm is a bulge or ballooning in the arterial wall. Ano po? And this is because of weakening. Ano po? Weakening of your arterial wall. Ayan. So, it is a weak or expanded part of the of an artery. Yan. So we have different types of aneurysm, okay? So here in this illustration, makikita nyo ang normal blood vessels. Ano po? Ayan siya. It's smooth, matuwid. Ayan, walang bukol or bulging whatsoever. Ano po? It has even walls. Ayan. So, that is a normal blood vessel. On the other hand, kapag aneurysm po, meron tayong saccular and fusiform or fusiform aneurysm. Kapag saccular, from the word sac, there is this one, parang may siya, may sako talaga siya. Ito. Saccular aneurysm. Ayan, it bulges out only on one side. And this is most common type of cerebral aneurysm. Pag cerebral aneurysm, saccular aneurysm tayo. However, meron tayong tinatawag na fusiform aneurysm. Sa fusiform aneurysm, nagbabulge siya on all sides. Symmetrical. Ayan. So, overall, this is the most common type. Most common type. Kung si saccular aneurysm, sa cerebral aneurysm lang siya. Itong fusiform aneurysm, this is the most common type all throughout. Ayan. Sige. Aside from these two, meron din tayong tinatawag na mycotic aneurysm. Ayan. What is mycotic aneurysm? Kapag sinabi nating mycotic aneurysm, this is an aneurysm that is caused by an infection. Ibig sabihin, kaya nagkaroon ng weakening sa arterial wall ng pasyenteng ito is because of an infection. Even if mycotic, di ba pag mycotic parang pwede mo siyang ma-correlate sa mga fungi. However, the usual cause of mycotic aneurysms are bacterial in nature. Usually Staphylococcus aureus or Salmonella. Those are the most common causes of mycotic aneurysms. Sige. So, let's identify the different types of aneurysm. Ayan. Kasi the aneurysm can form in the different types of or different parts of your arteries. Ano po? Ayan, depende po. Ang pangalan nila, depende sa kung saan siya nag-form. Like for example, abdominal aortic aneurysm. Of course, alamang sa abdomen, di ba? Ayan. So, isulat natin dito. Teka, inom lang akong tubig. Ayan. First, we have your abdominal aortic aneurysm or your triple A. Triple A. Double A. Triple A. Ayan. Hindi siya battery ha. Aneurysm yan. Oo. This one, it will form, it is an aneurysm that forms where the aorta carries blood into the abdomen. Ano po? Yan. How about your cerebral aneurysm? Yan. Of course, kapag cerebral aneurysm, ang una nating maiisip is brain aneurysm. Brain aneurysm. Ayan. And this one, it affects the arteries of your vein, of your brain. How about your thoracic aortic aneurysm? Of course, since it's thoracic, nasa chest area yan. Ano po? It is less common. It is less common than the triple A or your abdominal aortic aneurysm. Ayan. And it forms in the upper part.
May blue ball pen ka. Blue ball pen mo katward. Ano yung gilid?
It forms in the upper part of the aorta. Kung itong si abdominal aortic aneurysm sa lower part, ano po, si thoracic aortic aneurysm naman sa upper part, which is, ayan, in the chest. Sa mesenteric artery aneurysm naman, ayan, ang tina-target niya is ang inyong intestinal arteries. Intestinal arteries. Ayan. Pag splenic artery naman, of course, it will be your spleen. Ayan. Or arteries in your spleen. Ayan. Pag popliteal aneurysm naman, ayan. So, it develops in the artery that runs behind your knees. Sa likod po ng inyong mga tuhod. Ayan. The aortic aneurysm naman, ayan, this is the most common type of aneurysm. Ayan. Most common type Then, of course, from the word aortic, it forms in the aorta. Ayan. So, your aorta is your body's largest artery. Ano po? And it is most common kasi po, your aorta is directly connected to your heart, meaning it receives the highest pressure, ano po? Ayan, ng pagpump. Ayan, yung dugo na pinapump ni heart. O, siya ang sumasalo, siya ang nagre-receive. Kaya, kung halimbawa there is weakening in the walls of your aorta, ayan, madali po siyang magkakadevelop ng aneurysm. So, how about your carotid aneurysm? Of course, sa carotid arteries ito. Ano po? On your either side of your neck, and it is very rare. Lagay natin siyan rare. Sa ventricular aneurysm naman, ano po, this one, it develops within the ventricles of your heart. Especially, ayan, most common ito sa left ventricle, ayan, ng heart nyo. Ayan, and nangyayari po ito usually after a heart attack. Ayan, after a heart attack. Sa femoral artery aneurysm naman, or tinatawag natin itong FAA. Ayan, FAA. This one is dangerous. Ano po? It is dangerous. Ayan, weakening. And bulging of the femoral artery. Then itong mycotic aneurysm, ito na yung nabanggit ko sa inyo kanina, di ba? The aneurysm that is caused by an infection. Ano po? So what are the risk factors? Yan, what are the risk factors for aneurysm? Sino ang mga tao na pwedeng magkaroon ng aneurysm? Depende din po sa type ng aneurysm. Okay? Ayan. So, for brain aneurysm, ayan, it affects, ayan, females more than males. Kasi po, ito ha, ano, kasi isipin nyo na lang, ang mga babae kasi overthinker yan. Ano po, kaya sila ang, madalas sa madalas, sila tuloy yung nagkakaroon ng brain aneurysm. Ayan. Masyadong, sa kaka-overthink. Ayan. Yung aortic aneurysm naman, on the other hand, it affects males more than females. The abdominal aortic aneurysm naman, or your AAA, ayan, it is more common sa mga lalaki. Ayan, over the age of 60. Ayan, sa mga nagsusmoke. At sa mga mapuputing tao. Ayan, hala. Ayan. Oh, generally white. Glutapamore. Ayan. Oo. So, although they affect people of any race, o kahit anong rasa, kasi may mga tayo, di ba, mga Caucasians, ganyan, mga white Americans, hindi. It doesn't, basta maputi ka, yun. Ganun. So, for the causes, of course, and atherosclerosis, Ayan, very common. Family history of aneurysms. Ibig sabihin, if your parents, grandparents, uncles, ayan, aunties, basta nasa pamilya nyo, mayroong aneurysm. So, you are also, ano yan, malamang sa malamang meron ka din, no? Then, high blood pressure. Ayan. And of course, injury to your aorta. Ayan. So, those are the causes of aneurysm. What are the clinical manifestations? Ano po? Paano natin malalaman na meron kang aneurysm? Usually the aneurysm doesn't make any other clinical manifestations. Ano po? Ayan. Malalaman mo na lang pag pumutok niya yung pumutok na yung aneurysm. However, according to Cleveland, depende din po iyan sa location ng aneurysm natin. Ano po? So, the patient with aneurysm may have the signs of shock. Ano po? Signs of shock. So, confusion and dizziness. This is kapag meron kang brain aneurysm. Then, difficulty of swallowing. This one, if you have carotid aneurysm. This is generally because of the bulging in your carotid arteries will what? Will put pressure on the neck muscles. Ano po? Thus the difficulty in swallowing. Headache. Ayan. Headache. Then ano pa? Nausea and vomiting. Then ito ha. Oo. Pain in the abdomen. Chest or back. Ayan. Yung mga unexplained pain dun sa mga area na yan. Tapos ito pa, pulsation. Ayan. Pulsating abdominal mass. Ayan. Or swelling in the neck. Ayan. Kasi if there is any swelling in the neck, either it will be your carotid aneurysm or carotid body tumor. Ano po? Later we will be discussing that. Yung carotid body tumor. And then, vision changes. So, those are clinical manifestations. Ano po? If still unruptured. However, as medical personnel, as nurses, you also have to make sure to know when the aneurysm ruptured. Ano yung mga signs and symptoms natin kapag ruptured na ang aneurysm? Kasi a ruptured aneurysm is a life-threatening condition. So, you need to be able to assess the patient properly in order to give the proper, the proper management. Ruptured aneurysm. So first, kapag pumutok na po yung aneurysm natin or aneurysm ng pasyente, the patient might complain of lightheadedness. Lightheadedness because of what? Kasi of course, di ba, aneurysm develops in your arteries. Ayan, sumisirit ang dugo dyan. At pag pumutok na po yung aneurysm, it will cause what? It will cause severe internal bleeding. Ano po? So, lightheadedness, of course, because of what? Because the bleeding will cause your blood pressure to drop. Ano po? Rapid heartbeat. Rapid heartbeat or tachycardia. Bakit po? Because of the dropping of your blood pressure, ma-activate po yung compensatory mechanisms of our body. Ano po? Ayan. One of which is your, tachycardia. Ano po? Para continuous na masupply po yung blood sa other parts ng body natin, especially the vital organs. Then, number 3, sudden or severe pain. Sudden severe pain. Ayan. In the head, chest, abdomen, or back. Depende po kung saan nakalocate ang aneurysm nyo or aneurysm ng pasyente. Ano po? Then, of course, kapag hindi na nakayanan ng pasyente, sobra na po yung internal bleeding niya because of the ruptured aneurysm, there will be sudden loss of consciousness. Following a severe headache. Yun. So, yun po ang mga clinical manifestations ng ruptured aneurysm. Apo? So, how about the management? How about your management? Anong gagawin mo? Usually, guys and girls, yung management po ng aneurysm happens kapag hindi pa po pumuputok ang aneurysm. Okay? Ayan. You will do this. Ayan. As soon as you were diagnosed with aneurysm. Ano po? Kasi if it's still unruptured, ayan, ang gagawin sa'yo ng doktor is close monitoring, and aside from that, the goal is to prevent rupture. So, paano natin ipe-prevent ang rupture na yon? Ano po? Diretso na po ang doktor, yung vascular surgeon nyo, sa mga following. Ito, to the following. We have your endovascular aneurysm repair. It can be open surgery, endovascular coiling, microvascular clipping, or catheter embolization. Ayan. Agad-agad po iyan. Ano po? Kasi po, uunahan na natin bago pa pumutok po yung aneurysm nyo. Because again, I repeat, a ruptured aneurysm, ayan, is a life-threatening condition. Ano po? So, isa-isahin natin. What is endovascular aneurysm repair or your EVAR? Ayan. Sa EVAR, it includes insertion of a catheter into the artery. Ayan. Sulat natin, insertion of a catheter. Mga ano to minimal invasive surgery ito. Into the artery and through the catheter, the vascular surgeon inserts a graft. A graft to reinforce or or remove. Ayun, hindi remove. To reinforce or repair. The artery. Ayan. So, that is your endovascular aneurysm repair. Ano po? Mag-i-insert ang catheter sa artery and through that catheter, ayan, maglalagay po ang doktor ng graft, ayan, para i-repair yung artery natin. Ano po? So, on the other hand, we have the open surgery. Ito, minimal invasive ito. Ano po? Minimal invasive. Bakit? Mag-insert ka lang ng catheter. It's only a small puncture. Ano po? But still, it's invasive kasi mag-insert ka ng catheter sa katawan. Diba? On the other hand, the open surgery, from the word itself, open, the doctor will perform the graft. Ano po? The surgeon will perform the graft or remove the aneurysm through an incision. Literal, bubuksan niya po yung katawan ng pasyente, hahanapin niya yung ugat, at ano yan, dun siya maglalagay ng graft or dun niya tatanggalin yung aneurysm. Ayan, through an incision. Next is your endovascular coiling. Ayan. So, this is a procedure to treat cerebral aneurysm. Ano po? Ayan, for cerebral aneurysm. So, anong ginagawa dito? So, the surgeon inserts multiple platinum coils. Ayan. Multiple platinum coils. Ayan. Or wire through a catheter. To pack an aneurysm. Pupunuin niya po yung bulging part na yun ng artery. So, this one will reduce the blood flow, ayan, and eliminate the risk of rupture. Kasi po, ang mangyayari, mababawasan po yung blood flow dun sa particular artery na yun ng brain. At kapag kaunti na lang po yung blood flow, kaunti na lang din po yung blood pressure na may exert dun sa part na yun ng artery. Ayan. And therefore, eliminating the risk of rupture. Ayan. So next is your microvascular clipping. This one is another treatment for cerebral aneurysm. Ayan. Aside from endovascular clipping, endovascular coiling, microvascular clipping, ayan. The vascular surgeon places a metal clip. Ayan, metal clip at the base of the aneurysm. Kasi kung maaalala nyo, di ba, kapag cerebral aneurysm, anong type of aneurysm usually? Di ba saccular siya? Saccular aneurysm siya, di ba? So, at sa base noon, doon tayo naglalagay ng clipping. Ayan. So, to cut off the blood supply. Ito yan siya. Pakita ko sa inyo. Di ba ito ho? Ito yung ano, kapag, ano yan, kapag microvascular clipping, kunwari ito yung metal plates. Ito yung metal plates. Diyan nila ininalagay yung metal plates para ma-cut off yung blood supply papunta dito sa aneurysm na ito and thus preventing it from rupturing. Ano po? Nagets? Ay,
Ma'am, sorry po.
delayed talaga ding ano.
Ma'am,
Wait.
wala po kami
Amo nga ni,
nakikita
wait.
yung team.
Sige. Ayusin
Ma'am,
natin.
and also, ma'am, pwede po ma'am po ulit dun ma'am sa endovascular, dyan ma'am sa the surgeon. Hindi po kasi ma'am gumalaw
Hindi
yung,
gumagalaw tong ano natin. Nanguluya talaga di internet. Ayun. Ayan. Nakikita niyo na yung drawing ko? Ayan. O, balikan natin. Di ba cerebral aneurysm? Saan siya? Ayun. Finally. Ayan. Di ba cerebral aneurysm ang tinitreat ng microvascular clipping, di ba? So, nakikita niyo ito. Kunwari ito yung metal plate na ilalagay ng doktor, 'di ba? Ayan. So, ilalagay niya diyan yung metal clip in order to what? In order to prevent blood flow into going into that balloon. Ano po? So, mape-prevent na yung pagputok ng aneurysm. Kasi wala nang blood flow na pupunta pa diyan dito sa balloon na ito. Ano po? Ayan. So, ganun lang naman yung microvascular clipping. So, sa catheter embolization naman, mas mahina yung signal ngayon. Wait lang ha. Sige. So, the last management for the aneurysm, we have your catheter embolization. Ayan. Sa catheter embolization po, ayan, kung halimbawa, ito pala ha, kung halimbawa delayed po yung ano yan, delayed yung telecast, yung pag-telecast ng ano, ng sinusulat ko dito, sabayan nyo na lang po. Ano po, anyway, dinidikta ko naman yung isinusulat ko dito. Ano? Sabayan nyo na lang para maintindihan. Ayan. Sa catheter embolization, this one, it cuts off blood supply to the aneurysm. Ayan. So, ang ginagawa po dyan, yung vascular surgeon, ayan, inserts a catheter again. Inserts a catheter into the affected artery. Affected artery. Ayan. And injects an embolic agent. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, pag-insert po or pag-inject ng embolic agent na yun, literal, magkakaroon ng clot doon. Ano po, it's not a blood clot. Ano po, it's an embolic agent to block, ano po, or occlude blood supply. Ayan. So, lahat po ng ito po, it is being performed by interventional radiologist. Ayan. In coordination and cooperation with the vascular surgeon. Ano po? So, what are your, ano yan? What are your diagnostic tests for this? Para malaman nyo na kung meron kayong aneurysm. First, you can check, the doctor might order for CT scan. Okay. Or CT or MRA. Ayan. Pwede din mag-order ang doktor ng ultrasound. So as nurses, paano natin mape-prevent na magkaroon or pumutok yung aneurysm ng pasyente? Ano po? Aside from these treatments. Ano po? So, of course, you will advise the patient ano po, to eat a heart-healthy diet. Ayan. Exercise regularly, maintain healthy weight, and avoid or quit smoking. Ayan. So, those are some of the health promotion tips na pwede nating ibigay sa mga pasyente natin. Ano po? Next will be your peripheral artery disease. Saan na yun? Peripheral artery disease. Ayan. Sige. For your peripheral artery disease, again, this is, ano yan? This is a blockage in your legs. But not only in the legs, ano po, it can also happen in your limbs or upper limbs. Ayan. Total loss of circulation that can lead to gangrene or loss of a limb. Ano po? So this is a systemic disorder that involves the narrowing of your peripheral blood vessels. Kaya nga peripheral artery disease. Ano po? Or another term for this is your peripheral vascular disease. Kasi sa board exam, baka hindi peripheral artery disease, peripheral vascular disease yung lumabas, di ba? Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nagkaroon ng narrowing sa peripheral blood vessels, anong mangyayari? Ano po? There will not be enough blood to flow to your arms and legs, ayan, in order to keep up with the demand. Diba? Ayan. So, what are the causes? Or what is the cause of this one? Ang cause po niyan ay ang ating atherosclerosis. So it involves the arteries in the arms and legs. And since ano po sa lower extremities natin, i-define niya na din yung gravity, ano po. So mas common siya sa legs natin. What are your risk factors? Ayan. Risk factors. Number 1, history of smoking. History of smoking. Bakit? Because the nicotine content of your cigarette smoke, has the ability to narrow down the blood vessels of the body. Ano po? Ayan. Kaya kapag nagsusmoke ka or nag-smoke ka before, ayan, at risk ka na magkaroon nitong peripheral artery disease. Ano po? Kasama na din dito yung chronic kidney disease or CKD. Number 3, your diabetes. Number 4, high blood pressure or your hypertension. And number 5, of course, high cholesterol and triacylglycerides. Oh, bakit? Because all of these are contributing factors sa atherosclerosis nyo, which causes the peripheral artery disease. Diba? So what are the clinical manifestations or signs and symptoms? Nakasulat dyan is leg pain or cramps with activity but improve with rest. Anong tawag natin dyan? Claudication. Then changes in the skin color. Sometimes the skin might show shiny. Ayan. Sores or ulcers and tired legs. Ayan. So, sometimes, pag-check natin upon checking the lower extremities of the patient, minsan po, mas malamig yung isang paa kesa dun sa isa. It's one of the clinical manifestation of this disease. And sometimes, the patient will verbalize numbness or weakness. In those particular area. Kapag malala na po ang peripheral artery disease, sometimes there is no pulse. Ayan. No pulse. Ayan. Absence of pulse or weak pulse. In the legs or feet. Then, aside from that, pwede ding magkaroon ng slow-growing toenails. Ayan, tuwang-tuwa ka, no? Tuwang-tuwa ka, nagpa-pedicure ka last month pa, pero hanggang ngayon intact pa din siya. Hindi pala kasi tumutubo yung toenails mo, no? Ayan. Slow-growing toenails. Then, sores. Sores on toes, feet, ayan, and legs, or legs. That won't heal. Tapos, ito palang peripheral artery disease, if ever you've encountered or you are suffering from narrowing of your iliac arteries, ayan, lagay natin dito, narrowing of iliac arteries. Ayan. The males can also suffer from erectile dysfunction. Ayan. Pwede din siyang magkaroon ng erectile dysfunction. So, hindi na po, or nahihirapan na, or hindi pa talaga. Hindi na tumatayo si Manoy. Ayan. Oo. So, here in the illustration, kung mapapansin nyo, this is simple illustration of what is really happening sa peripheral artery disease. So, nagkakaroon ng narrowing down of the arteries because of the atherosclerosis. Ayan. And if in case the plaque, yung plaque na yun, magkaroon ng damage dyan. Ano po, magkakaroon ng inflammation, ayan, coagulation, and formation of blood clot, and turns out, it will now become a blocked artery, 'di ba? So, kapag na-block na yan, hindi na po makakadalo yung dugo ng pasyente. Ayan. So, yan po ang nangyayari sa peripheral artery disease natin. So, what would be your management? O, ano yung mga management and treatment natin? Ano po? Management and treatment. So, your doctor might order for several medications. Ano po? Medications. Medications. Ayan. So, ano yung mga medications na i-expect natin na i-order ni Doc? First will be your blood thinners. Blood thinners para ma-prevent natin yung formation ng blood clots doon sa mga arteries natin, di ba? Ayan. So, kasama na dyan yung anti-platelet drug natin. Alin yan? Your clopidogrel, or aspirin. Yan. Number 2, your vasodilators. Kasi nga, di ba, there is narrowing of your blood vessels sa peripheries. So, kailangan natin ng vasodilators. Ano po? Ayan. It helps the arteries to open up better. Ano po? Helps the arteries open up. Better para po makadaloy makadaloy ang dugo ng maayos. Ano po? Ano yung medications na pwedeng dito? Your silostazole. Ayan. Vasodilator yan siya. Number 3 is your statins. Ano po? Yung mga statins natin. Bakit? It will deal with your cholesterol. Ano po? Your cholesterol levels. Kailan usually iniinom ang ating statins? Yung mga atorvastatins. Ayan, yung mga para sa cholesterol medications natin. This is usually being taken at night. Tama po. Then number 4, of course, your blood pressure medications. Then number 5, ito, medications to quit smoking. Because if a patient is a known chain smoker, ano po, i-advise talaga siya ng doktor to stop smoking. Ano po, in order to halt the progression of the disease. And kapag nag-quit po kasi ng smoking ang isang taong chain smoker, magkakaroon siya ng mga withdrawal symptoms. Ano po, at dito na po papasok yung mga medications nandito. Ano po? So the doctor might prescribe for a nicotine patch. Ayan. Kasi hahanap-hanapin po nung katawan natin yung nicotine. Ayan, kapag nasanay siya na meron siyang intake na ganun. So, para mabawasan po yung mga withdrawal symptoms, pwedeng mag-prescribe ang doktor ng mga medication na ito. Ayan. And of course, in order to promote health nga sa pasyente natin, we will also need to advise our patients. Ano yung i-advise natin? Ito paulit-ulit ito ha. Of course, exercise, eating healthy foods, and quit smoking. Kung hindi naman po sila nagsusmoke, at least to avoid second-hand smoke. Okay? And then, huwag niyo pong kakalimutan ang foot care. Ayan, kasama yan. Kapag may peripheral artery disease, you have to include foot care. Ayan, para sa mga pasyente na ito. Ano po? Ayan. Regularly inspect the legs and feet of the patient. Ayan. Or you can advise the patient to do this themselves. Ano po? Check if there are any wounds or sores forming. Ayan. Any discolorations. And advise the patient to avoid walking on barefoot. Ayan. Kasi once po na nagkasugat sila at meron silang peripheral artery disease, mahirap po siyang gamutin. Ano po? Bakit? Kasi remember that your tissues and cells, in order for them to proliferate and regenerate, kailangan nila ng constant supply of oxygen and nutrients. Ano po? However, in the case of peripheral artery disease nga, ano po, there is narrowing, ayan, there is not enough blood supply, ano po, that reaches towards those peripheral regions. So therefore, hindi po siya gumagaling agad-agad. Or minsan, kapag severe cases, hindi na talaga siya gumagaling. Ano po? Kapag halimbawa naman, hindi na talaga siya tinablan ng medications or lifestyle changes, ayan, the doctor might opt for surgery. Ano po? So here in the illustrations, you can see two types of surgical management. Ano po? We have the stent with balloon angioplasty and the other one is your peripheral artery bypass surgery. Peripheral artery bypass surgery. Ayan. Dito muna tayo sa stent with balloon angioplasty. O, dito sa stent with balloon angioplasty, di ba mapapansin nyo, ito yung blood vessel or the artery. So, merong build-up of cholesterol, which we call atherosclerosis. Ang ginagawa po ng doktor or ng vascular surgeon, nag-i-insert sila ng catheter. Ayan. And in that catheter, it contains the stent with balloon. Ano po? So, dito sa illustration number 2, nakikita nyo, di ba? Ayan, stent with balloon. Ayan, inserted into a partially blocked artery. Ayan. So, kapag in place na po, nandoon na sa, in place na nga po. In place na yung stent, yung balloon po, i-inflate yan. Ano po? I-inflate yan in order to expand the stent. Ayan, this one. Ayan. Then, the finished product, kapag in place na po yung stent, na-expand na siya to its, to its proper size, i-deflate na po ulit yung balloon at tatanggalin na po ng doktor yung catheter. So, may iwan po doon sa blood vessel yung stent natin. Ayan. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung stent, it increased the diameter, ayan, it expanded the blood vessel, and at the same time, yung stent po, iipitin niya na yung plaque formation. Ano po? Ayan, iipitin niya na yan yung mga plaques para hindi na po siya ma-dislodge ulit. Ayan. Para hindi na siya dumami pa. Ano po? That is your stent with balloon angioplasty. On the other hand, for your peripheral artery bypass surgery, ito pala, balik tayo sa hindi ko na banggit. The stent with balloon angioplasty is preferred if the blockage is only partial. Ano po? Kung partially blocked lang siya, posible itong stent. Kasi makakadaan pa po yung catheter, 'di ba? Madali mong mailalagay yung stent in place. However, if the artery is already completely blocked, that's the time that the surgeon or vascular surgeon will opt for the peripheral artery bypass surgery. Kasi po, dito sa illustration, kung mapapansin nyo, ito, di ba? This is the femoral artery. Nagkaroon na ng blockage. So, since hindi na po nakakadaan yung dugo dyan, gagawa po ang doktor or ang vascular surgeon natin ng rerouting. Ano po? If there will be a rerouting of blood circulation with the use of the graft. Ano po? The bypass graft. The graft can be another blood vessel coming from the same patient or ano yan, or a silicone tube. Ano yan, plastic tube. Depende po yan sa decision ng gagawa. Ayan, ng vascular surgeon kung ano yung klase ng material na gagamitin niya para sa graft ng pasyente. Ano po? Ayan. So, rerouting siya. Para instead of passing here, dito na po dadaan yung dugo ng pasyente. Ano po? So, still, masusuplayan pa rin ng dugo yung peripheral parts of the body ng pasyente natin. Diba? Ayan. So, that is the stent with balloon angioplasty and peripheral artery bypass surgery. Another one, another surgical management is your atherectomy. Ayan. We have what we call your atherectomy. Atherectomy. Sa atherectomy naman, ano po, pinapapasukan din ng pinapapasukan, parang ganito din, magi-insert ng catheter yung vascular surgeon papunta doon sa affected artery. However, instead of placing a stent, tatanggalin nila yung plaque. Ano po? Ano yan? Sulat ko na lang. Use catheter to reach to reach the affected artery and remove. Ayan. Remove the plaque. Ayan. That is atherectomy. The removal of atherosclerosis. Ayan. Meron din tayong tinatawag na endarterectomy. Tandaan natin yung sumunod. Endarterectomy. This one is, surgical removal of plaque. Surgical removal of plaque. Okay? Ayan. Oo, pinapasok ko lang yung yung banda kasi masyadong malakas. Di man sana ninyo ko marurunggol. Ano po? So, anyway, in the endarterectomy, the doctor, the surgical vascular surgeon will make an incision, like for example, halimbawa, ang tatanggalan is the femoral artery. For example, this blockage, sa endarterectomy, ang vascular surgeon, gagawa po siya ng surgical incision in this particular area. Ayan. Or ito na lang. Kunwari ito, no? Gagawa siya ng surgical incision dyan. Tapos, ayan. Gagawa siya ng surgical incision dyan at mano-mano niyang tatanggalin itong plaque build up dyan. Ano po? That is your endarterectomy. Ano po? Ayan, malinaw. Ayan, nag-gets nyo po. Any questions? Any questions? Mag-break muna tayo before we proceed to the next, the next disease, okay? Is it possible? Sige. 15 minutes break and let's be back at 10:30, okay? Sige. No need na pong mag-leave. Mute na lang tayo. Sige, thank you.